Well, step one is to give them the bottom line up front. And when I say bottom line, I mean the headline, the takeaway, the point, right? This is especially important when interviewing or when you're thrown a question that you haven't quite thought through before. You got to really think on the fly. Interviewers, or really anyone listening to you respond to questions in real time, let's say you're on a panel discussion or something like that, is they want to know that you're really listening to the question and that you can respond directly to the question, that you're not someone who does what I like to joke about, which is walk the answer around the block till you finally arrive at the answer. Let me show you what I mean by that. Julie, another awesome alumna of our Presence Under Pressure program, was gearing up for a job change, right? She's changing lanes, she's interviewing, and something we do a lot of inside the program is we role play. We role play real world interactions that you find yourself in or that you're preparing for so that you can integrate these skills in real time. So it's not just a bunch of information you have to store, you're actually practicing these skills. And so we were practicing a series of interview questions with her. And so I threw her a pretty typical interview question. What are you looking for in your next role? And here's what she said in her first take. Well, for the past 10 years, I've learned about the food system as a whole, so I understand how all the parts interconnect and what motivates each of the players in the value chain. I've deepened my deal instincts and deal-making skills. I've raised capital, yada, yada, yada. What you'll notice is there was a lot of great information in her response, but I joked with Julie in this instance and I said, Julie, sounds like you got a lot of great information to share about your professional background, but let me ask you something. What was my question? And she thought for a second and she said, what do I bring to the table? And I said, no, that was not the question I asked you. The question I asked you is, what are you looking for in your next role? We got to get better at really listening to the language that's in the question and then staying tethered to that language as we start to give our bottom line up front and respond directly to the question. So here's how we reworked her answer. I want to have a hand in building something. I want to collaborate with smart, creative problem solvers and know that I'm moving the needle forward. I want to leverage my deal-making instincts and my ability to meet each player in the value chain where they are because I've been there. So she got to infuse her answer with the context of what she brings to the table, but at least now she's answering it with the bottom line up front. She's giving a direct answer to a direct question.